Hey guys, I just really wanted to kind of quickly talk about the four preseason, what I'm calling preseason warbands, the Reavers, the Skellies, the Orcs, and Steelhearts champions or Stormcast. Um, this preseason really, I think here, especially here in California, gave us a chance to learn some of the strengths and the weaknesses of these warbands. And I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys here at Reddit. Maybe some of these thoughts or ideas that I have are incorrect, and maybe hopefully you guys can give me some feedback. Um, just quickly, we're going to talk about the Reavers. And initially, when these came out, I saw a lot of posts on Reddit and on our Facebook pages that the Reavers kind of sucked. Um, but as I went to more and more tournaments, I actually saw them pop up a lot more, and a lot of more skilled players were able to succeed with them. Definitely, I've played a couple of games against the Rats and against the Dwarfs. I own both of them. They definitely have the potential to outplay the Dwarfs. Just in raw, just because of the assist and how they're going to be able to outposition the Dwarfs and get a lot of those assists to negate the lot of on daggers or swords hit combos or hit confirms that they need. Especially with cards like Acrobat, I think they're going to get a lot more stronger. And if you do think that they are currently weak, I would definitely suggest you re-looking at them. We're going to go ahead and move over to the Skellies. The Skellies, to me, are for someone who's very strategic. You you can really mess these guys or mess up your game if you just spend your time rezzing them and giving your opponent free glory. Um, I actually played one of the against skeletons um, in a tournament that I remember the game where he kind of didn't res a lot, but he was trying to pre-plan around my movement, and because I'm kind of bad, I didn't do what normal Stormcasts do, and I totally messed up his movement, and I did a lot of knocking back and negating his strategy. I know that a lot of people like this guy in the middle where he does his whirlwind attack. Um, I think they're going to get better. They definitely have potential to be one of the better warbands. But right now, especially if you're new, I wouldn't suggest you picking up this warband. And I could definitely see them hard countering the dwarves. But yeah, that's kind of just my general discussion or ideas. We're going to go ahead and move on to the orcs. So the orcs, when they first came out, were for me, one of the scariest races to play or get play against. They're very in your face, they're very noob friendly in my opinion. You charge every single one, and you get the very straightforward objectives. Um, they obviously have a lot of personality, but I think they're slowly becoming one of the weaker warbands because obviously they're very easy to read, to know what they're going to be doing. The best way to counter an orc player is to you know just kill him. And honestly, Shadespire, it's best played when both players are offensive. No offense to the skeleton players who want to be super strategic, but the game's meant to be played really quickly, and everyone just loves a fast game. So yeah, again, I think they're going to get weaker and weaker as the game develops, unless they get really powerful cards. Right now, they do have a lot of powerful cards, especially that one card that reduces damage done to them by one. I think it's specific to one of them. I actually play these guys a lot often, and against new players, I find myself winning. Of course, being a more experienced player, that tends to happen. But even then, this guy in the back, he's definitely. I wish this warband was just a 3 orc warband. They probably would have made this guy a little stronger, even though he's already one of the strongest characters in the game. Would definitely allow for cycle potential, which is actually what orcs need, given that they have a lot of strong combos. Especially there's a combo and get fucking excuse me. There's a combo towards the last round of the game where you could score 8 objective points or glory points if you play the game right. And again, they're going to probably get weaker. Last but certainly not least, Seal Champions. I've actually won one tournament with these guys. Um, I know a lot of people uh, played them defensively. I play them offensively. Again, I like to play quick, fast games. Steelheart Champions, in my opinion, are probably one of the stronger warbands after you get some decent cards, or you at least identify your deck. They have they every single one of these characters has a good niche. You know, Steelheart is usually considered the weaker one of the three. He definitely eats. He's going to be able to eat up the rats, and he eats up skeletons. When he's inspired, Obram just does insane amount of damage, and the Shield Lady pretty much kills anything as soon as she's inspired, and you give her greater strength. Um, I definitely see these guys succeeding against Skaven in the future. Maybe not against the dwarves, um, but I mean, I think the meta once these warbands come out is going to be very rock paper scissors. We're going to go ahead and switch back into orcs. I think orcs are going to be very strong against um, the rats because on hit inspire they don't tend to really do a lot of damage. So I think they're going to do that, but they're going to probably even out with the dwarves. Skellies are probably going to be even with rats and probably outplay the dwarves because it's just how they can position a lot better than dwarves. And we're going to go back to Reavers. I think Reavers are going to be in a very good spot. I think they're going to even out against the skeleton or against the rats, just like the skellies are. But I think they're going to be able to just eat the dwarves. They're completely faster, and given that the dwarves are four of them, it'll be easier for them to inspire and save Garrick. Anyways, those were my thoughts on the 4 preseason warbands that I'm thinking. I would really like to hear what you guys like to think. Maybe I'm wrong. Southern California meta is kind of weird. And again, thanks for watching.